Hey, welcome back to another episode of Let's Wing This, the show where I have only a general idea of where things are going to go when I get started. So today we got something fun to do. I have an attic fan that I need to get installed in my attic. The attic fan that I have currently has actually burned out. So I can tell that the thermostat is still working because it will try and kick on. Unfortunately, all it does is give an electrical buzz. Now, that's kind of a bad sign, and I don't think it's repairable. This house was built in 1971. I would not be surprised if that attic fan has been up there since around then. I've been up in the attic, I had a look at it, I kind of measured to see what I needed to order for a replacement. And it's rough, and it's old, and it's not going to be pleasant. For those of you watching this in the future, I am filming this on April 4th, 2020. If you're watching this in relatively real time, which is unlikely, let's be real honest, because nobody watches this channel, in the midst of a global pandemic with COVID-19. My family and I have been here in the house. This is day 22 for us. To be honest, there's been a whole lot of anxiety. Just trying to keep our distance and stay safe, because not only are we concerned for our own health and safety, but those around us, that we could carry this thing and potentially pass it off to somebody else. There's a lot of anxiety in wanting to take care of my family and those around us and others that have family members that would be at risk with this thing. So it is an anxious time, but that doesn't mean the world stops spinning. Things continue to happen, and we continue to have to do things to keep things as normal as we can. And that includes going up in your terribly hot and blown insulation-filled attic and replacing an attic fan so that you can stop having ballasts go bad in your recess lights that are overheating. I also have a recess light that I need to replace because it has overheated from being in a hot attic. Once it warms up, it won't come on anymore. All right, so let's head up into the attic and let's see if we can replace this fan. So I realized when I was moving the fan around on the workbench that the blade actually sticks out about 1/8 of an inch from the black frame. I don't understand why it's built like that, but it is. Fortunately, I realized this before I went up in the attic, so I had a chance to build a frame out of some 1x3 material that I had laying around. Now, for those of you that don't get to work in an attic on a regular basis, it's not particularly pleasant, especially when there's a lot of blown insulation floating around. It seems like every time I work in my attic, I get a nose full and a mouth full, and I have trouble breathing for the rest of the day. So I chose to wear a respirator while I was in the attic, just for safety.
That was it. This is not very much fun.
For whatever reason, the thermostat didn't come with a grounding wire, so I had to take some old 14-2, pull out the copper, and create my own grounding wire to run into the junction box I was hooking up to. You can note here how much insulation is flying around. No wonder I wanted to wear a respirator, right? This is the part of the electrical work that's pretty easy. You're basically hooking up the white wire to the white wires, the black wire to the black wires, and the copper wire to the copper wires. If you're not comfortable with the basic principles of electrical work and how to safely do this yourself, I would highly encourage you to reach out to a licensed professional to take care of work like this for you. Generally speaking though, if you're comfortable changing a light fixture, you should have no problem installing a gable fan like this one.
That's a wrap.